Welcome back. A large portion of Linda, including a song from the soundtrack, only makes sense in hindsight. We see Dot, who returned to the show after missing the previous one, drowsily driving her Kia down a snowy road while listening to the radio early in the episode. She quickly flips the channel to avoid a song that has the line, "You can't escape my love." She chooses I'm Your Puppet, a 1967 hit song about love possession by James and Bobby Purify, which seems less indicative of her issues with Roy. However, it's not wholly unrelated to Dot's circumstances, and it might even have served as inspiration for the truck stop reverie that occupies a significant portion of the episode, during which Dot imagines herself visiting a commune of women named Linda who are trying to leave violent relationships. The fact that this isn't real only becomes evident when Dot abruptly returns to reality, jolting the episode back with her, as in an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. But looking back, this ought to have been clear. She arrives at the truck stop looking very sleepy, and her voyage away from the best pancakes in the state has elements of a fairy tale. It even involves buried treasure and a car that coincidentally breaks down close to Camp Utopia, where she is going to be staying. It's also possible that this location is too bizarre to exist, even in Fargo's world, which is noteworthy. Another debate is whether or not the show is being fair in switching between Dot's fantasy and the lives of the other characters. However, that also doesn't become a problem until the program is over. Linda starts in a location far from Dot, at the North Dakota residence of a woman we can now categorically rule out as Ol's mother. Although he doesn't make it through the opening credits of the episode, Irma, as she is referred to in the credits, is indeed the mother of a boy. But that's long enough to prove he's a real jerk. He dictates to Irma and even uses anti-Semitic epithets when giving her sandwich-making directions. And even though he ought to be worried about the large, strange man residing in his mother's home, he doesn't mind as long as Ol pays him. Which Ol does, just before making one of the most overt allusions to Fargo this season, taking him out with a shovel. In fact, doesn't Irma's boy resemble Steve Buscemi at all? Goodbye, and rest in peace. For a few more commercial breaks, at least, Irma will be secure from irascible guys. But as the episode comes to a close, Gator uses his tracker to locate Ol's hiding place, if he is hiding at all, and a sniper rifle to kill him while he is perched in a rocking chair by a window. However, it appears that Ol set up a dummy for himself to act as a decoy. We now know what he did with Irma's son's corpse. Then, Gator unintentionally takes Irma out of Ol's car while trying to get his payment money out of the back, which appears to infuriate Ol. He seems to have liked the old woman in his own special way, or perhaps only her pancakes. Irma is shown bringing groceries back to the home she shares with Ol, but we don't see her lamenting her nasty son. After a protracted voyage that ends at Camp Utopia, Dot enters what looks to be an extremely brutal Punch and Judy show without any humor. This effectively turns it into a dramatization of domestic abuse, and that's the whole point, as we'll see in a moment. Women who have experienced violence can come together at Camp Utopia to heal and reclaim their identities. Dot arrives looking for Linda, but she soon finds that Lindas are everywhere. Everyone at Camp Utopia is given the name Linda, unless they get letters that help them gradually change it. As she leads Dot across the bustling grounds of Camp Utopia, Lindo, the facilities guide, explains most of the operations. Dot has a specific Linda in mind, Kari Matchett, who the others refer to as Saint Linda, whose moniker amuses Dot but not Lindo. These are names that are taken seriously at Camp Utopia. Let's just say that Dot doesn't believe Linda is a saint, and he slaps her shortly after they get back together. Linda says, "You must think I deserve that." She does believe that, too. When they first met, Dot knew her as Roy's wife, Linda Tillman. We now know that Mrs. Tillman's first wife was not interred in the forest, unless she actually did. Dot came with a plan. She needed Linda to go back with her, denounce Roy's misdeeds, and see to it that he was sent to prison. She also harbors resentment for Linda, saying, "You fed me to him so you could escape." While one Linda seems to sympathize with her, she also concurs when another Linda recommends holding a trial to ascertain the true truth. This trial will, of course, be presented as a puppet show. As they hang out at the Kia dealership, Scotty asks her dad questions about animals that lay eggs, while Dot mulls over her options. Wayne's delusions appear to have subsided a little, but he still doesn't understand how capitalism functions. Wayne wants to make the trade as fair as possible when a family shows up wanting to trade in their sportage, or, as one of his employees puts it, sportage, despite the fact that they are not eligible for financing. To go along with this new rule, he even came up with a catchy slogan, "Give a car, purchase a vehicle." Following a run of episodes that are jam-packed with action and drama, Linda picks up the ante while decreasing the pace. Dot's intensely emotional fantasy explains her fear of returning to it and clarifies just why she has fled. It's also another glimpse of the monster hiding beneath Roy's amiable, down-to-earth exterior. Not that we were unaware of this beforehand. We've witnessed him murder people and mistreat Karen. However, the magnitude of his mistreatment of Dot had never been shown before, and witnessing it, even in puppet form, expands the scope of his horror. It also heightens the terror of the trap Dot falls into at the conclusion of the episode. She only has 3 episodes left to get out of it, and no one is aware of her whereabouts. This could not go well. For more, subscribe. For more,